We've been out here at the Lookout Tower for almost a month, so I thought I'd stop and give some thoughts and takeaways from living out here. Coming out here a month ago, I kind of thought that the change would be more drastic than it has been. We have no electricity, no running water, and we have an outhouse outside, no shower, and I kind of thought that would be a big change, but it hasn't been that much of a difference. That being said, I grew up overseas in multiple countries and different environments, and so I think I've gotten used to going somewhere and not knowing what to expect and just getting used to it. So that flexibility has probably helped me. It is worth noting that this is actually a pretty cushy job as far as lookouts go. We have Starlink, so we have internet, we have our power station with solar, we have jugs of water that we can use, so we basically have a functioning sink with a jug of water on top, and then we have propane stove, propane refrigerator, and propane lamp. So we really have most of the creature comforts that we were used to in society. In addition to that, we aren't way out in the middle of nowhere where it takes multiple day hikes to get in, so we can drive to town every week. I also came out here with my wife and the dogs. Specifically, being out here with my wife is a lot different from just going out somewhere by yourself. Also, both my wife and I are used to being out in the woods, living out in the woods, and so that's not really that much of a change either. For a long time when my wife was growing up, they lived in a place far enough from town that they only went to town once a week anyway, so all of that stuff really isn't that much of a change for us. I've mentioned this before, but one thing I have noticed is the silence. It's really nice just to be out here, not listening to audiobooks, not listening to music, no engines droning, just listening to the wind and the birds, and feel like I have more time to think and just clearer thoughts. Even if I'm not consciously pondering something, just the mental clarity that comes from being out in the woods is really nice. We have a tendency to have so much busyness in our lives that everything we're doing is rushed and we don't really have time to just sit back and actually think about stuff. One thing I wasn't expecting is the bugs. The gnats are kind of bad here. Every once in a while in the tower, the bugs get super bad. So that's annoying, but down at the cabin, it's not that bad. Everything's been pretty simple to get used to. We have heating, we have a wood fire. It's not that hard to build a fire, and it doesn't need that much wood because it's a really small cabin. We have light with the propane. It's not that much light, but it works. And we have refrigeration and cooking, so we keep our meals super simple. We don't have to take showers that often. I wasn't a guy who had to shower once or twice a day anyway. Even though I'm used to being out in the woods and it doesn't feel strange, there's a different mindset that I get in when I'm out in the middle of the woods somewhere, even though I feel comfortable, versus when I'm at home. So then the other day when it was raining and we saw the moose and the other moose and calf, and then we heard the wolf, that was kind of startling just because there was kind of a mindset shift of I'm at home versus I'm out in the middle of nowhere, realizing in my head both of those are true at the same time. It made me think about things differently. But I think that's pretty much it. It really hasn't been that much of a change for me to move out here, and I don't think for Blessing either. I just kind of fit in and get used to it. So we've really liked it, and we're looking forward to the rest of the summer.